If you have any unresolved issues in your life that triggering you over and over, emotionally drained, that leads you to being stressed, being depressed, anxiety, loneliness, not knowing what to do because of that problem, that issue, that conflict that you are currently encountering at this moment in your life. Guess what? I've been into your shoes. I've been there. I was surrounded with toxic people that I never invited them to come into my life. But guess what? The universe is just so good to you. The universe is so good to me. It's because of that problem. I convert that as a gift, as a big project. So in other words, if you encounter big problems in your life, you can transition into a big problem to a big project as long as you know how to convert, because you already learned from that lesson, from that situation. And I do hope that you can also convert that problem into a gift, so you will be able to help other people by just sharing your story. And guess what? Through these experiences, I met someone and I decided to invite him into the podcast because he also helped me to transition my emotions. That's why I can think clearly, and also I can make a decision based on a very smart decision, so I can move my life to the next level. And at the same time, I want you also to experience breakthroughs into your life, especially if you're struggling with that emotions that you cannot decide, you're stuck into where you are. It is because that emotions triggers you. And I would love you to listen to our podcast, because this coach, he will be sharing the 4 elements for you to find happiness. And of course, we will also be doing a live sessions, so you will experience it yourself. And this is a live session, and I would really love you to come and join us so you can also experience breakthrough. You can apply his strategies into whatever emotions that triggers you at this moment. And we would love to see you transform and help other people as well. But before that, help yourself first. So I met Tim Middleboss last year when we attended a high quality training program, and there we started to communicate and we started to build trust. And I didn't realize that today we can do some amazing work. And I'm so grateful that he said yes to my invitation. And of course, he had helped me transform my emotion as well. And I'm so excited for you guys to experience his live sessions. And the one thing that I want you also to share with us is whatever emotions you may struggling at this moment, you may share with us so we can also help you. All right? Here you go. I'm so excited to introduce you our guest to this podcast, a Mandinag podcast, where you can discover tools in order for you to experience a life-changing experience, a life-changing creation, and you experience good things about yourself once you apply these tools that Tim will share with us into this podcast. And remember, during the podcast, he will execute a live sessions with me. How can I transition my emotions into a beautiful experience? And I would love you also to experience these tools. So, because our mission is to really help other people transition their pains into freedom. I would like to share a little bit about Tim Middleboss. So he is one of the graduate students of Tony Robbins. As you all know, that Tony Robbins is one of the icon mentors in the world. And at the same time, Tim also graduated into different high-quality training program, and at the same time, personal development. That's why he discovered these powerful tools that he already used to his clients in Netherlands, Singapore, and to different parts of the world. Before he decided to help other people transition their emotional struggles, Tim himself also struggles from depression through relationship trauma that he shared with me, and we will be discussing this inside our podcast. And we would like you also to learn from his experience, and we would like to invite you to listen to this podcast because he will be sharing at least 4 key elements to find happiness. And guess what? I will be sharing with you at least 2 from that 4 key elements, and I'm sure you will love it. So number 1 key elements to find happiness is focus. Remember the word focus. Where do you focus on at this current moment? Ask yourself, where do you focus your energy, your time? Are you focusing into thinking about that problem? And that problem, if you are thinking over and over, it will expand. You will invite more, or you will attract more problems. And team will gonna expand that during our conversation into this podcast. And number 2, did you know that you can convert your pains into a gift, into freedom, or into a big project? And that's what I'm doing at this moment. I'm turning my pains into a big project. That's why I am doing what I do, because I love serving people. I love leading. I love solving problems. And I love sharing my experience, my breakthroughs, the wisdom that I gathered from other people. And the number 3 and number 4, you will be diving deeper into this podcast, because team will share with you these key elements. And I look forward to seeing you inside the podcast.